Morning, Chrissy. I'm in Gravesend at the moment and I'm about to deliver some training. For this week's Test the Trend, I decided to look at starting a new business. Now, for me, I've been doing this for quite a long time. But if you were trying to start out, what are the different things that you need to consider? To be standing in the kitchen of Wild Ginger Lily, cake artist, and I'm going to be talking to Ashley Alleman about how he started his business. What are the things that you had to think about when you were starting that business to really get it off the ground and make it as successful as it is?
I had never run a business prior to this, and things were all really just jumbled up. I started out making cakes for friends and for family, and a very good friend of mine decided that it was high time that I took it to the next level and did it professionally. So I did, and because it sort of happened organically, I just fell into it. So it was things like, the first thing we did was to set up a website. And then I had to think about, for the business that I'm in, I had to think about things like food safety. So I had to do like a little course for food standard and food safety, and I had to do that. And then I had to register my business. Now, because I do bespoke cakes and I deal directly with clients, I can then work from home. And then, of course, you've got to think about all the admin stuff. It's not just the baking and the creating, but it's the admin, the actual running of a business, which I must admit, not the best admin, not the best manager, organizer, and certainly doing accounts is way down my list of priorities, and it shouldn't be, because that's where you run. That's how you run business. You need to know your accounts, and you need to know what you're spending, you need to know your expenditures, and you need to know your profits. So that's how I got started.
How did you build your client base? You've had to do a lot of marketing, you've had to appear at trade events and so on.
Yes, so I was thinking about how I could market my business, and I just decided to look how other cake businesses do it. And one of the ways is to go for wedding shows, and that's what I did. I exhibited at a couple of wedding shows, and then I got clients from there. And so what you had to do was you had to get in touch with the organizers, and I got my space, my booth, and then I had to think of how I was going to present my business.
The last thing is just top 3 things that you would advise somebody who's thinking about starting a new business. What would you say are your top 3 things?
You must be passionate about it, because it's not easy. Enjoy it. Find the joy in doing it, because it's hard work. If you can, speak to people who are in it. Get a mentor. Or go around, look at friends, look at the internet is a wonderful archive of ideas and help, and just go for it. I think the biggest obstacle for a lot of people, and me included, is just not having the confidence to do it. But once you bite the bullet, work doesn't become work, because you're doing something you like, and you've got no idea what the rewards could be.
Optimizing your website and your social media brand is not easy, so I'm really lucky to be able to talk to online marketing advisors and travel vloggers, Omar and Annie, to give us some advice.
SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's the only way to drive organic traffic to your website. In simple terms, SEO makes it easier for your customers to find your business online without you having to pay for any digital advertising.
Having bad SEO is like your business being located down a country lane in a village that no one ever visits and a car drives past about once a week. You can have the best products in the world, but if no one can find it, you won't sell many.
So, what can you do to improve your SEO? Here are our 5 tips to help you get started.
Pretend you are your customer. What would you type into Google to help find your product? The more specific you can be, the better. So take out a pen and paper and jot down a few ideas that your customers might use to help find what you're offering.
You want to use keywords and phrases that are well searched but aren't too competitive. And there are tools online that will help you plan your keywords, giving you the number of monthly searches, competition score, and even related keywords you can consider to help you build your target list.
Once you have your list of target keywords, you can use them to optimize your website text.
You should make sure to repeat your target keywords and phrases throughout the headings and text on your website, but you need to do it in a natural way that's interesting for the reader. You don't want to stuff your sentences full of keywords until it looks like nonsense.
Now remember that you're writing for human beings. They are your customers, not Google, so write for them and not the algorithm.
Posting new content regularly tells Google that your site is active and current, so it's more likely to rank higher in the search listings than websites which haven't been updated recently.
Having a blog is a great way to keep your website up to date, and by writing articles that use your keywords, it will boost your SEO and increase the number of ways your customers can find you.
When you link from one page on your website to another, this is called an internal link. If you have pages on your website that aren't linked to each other, then Google has no idea how to find them, so make sure you've got all your internal links sorted.
When another website links back to yours, this is called a backlink, and it really gives your website rocket power. The more backlinks you have, the more Google is likely to recognise your website.
One way you can do this is maybe doing a guest blog on another popular website in your industry, or if you've got a product, getting popular bloggers to review it on their site.
An SEO strategy is useless without proper information to measure, so make sure you've got Google Analytics installed on your website from the beginning. It gives you access to a whole host of useful information, like where people access your site from, who they are, and how long they stayed on the site.
You can also run tests within Google Analytics too, for different versions of content, so you can see which one performs better and know which one you should use going forward.
And that's it. You're well on your way to making your millions online.
For some free help with SEO for your business, or if you just want to check out our travel videos, visit teamomani.com. See you later.
Now, as Ashley said, there are a number of things that are quite difficult to get your head around when you're starting a small business, and accountancy is the first one. Now, if you are blessed with a mathematical mind and you can keep those records, keep those notes, which I do keep those notes, then you may be fine whilst you're starting out on your own. But it doesn't hurt to get the advice of a professional. And I've been lucky enough to speak to Ola Suleiman from Ronzil Accountants, and she will be giving her tips for starting a business.
So 5 things you need to worry about financially when you're starting a new business. That's what I've been asked to talk about. So first one, the reason why you're starting this business is because you've got an idea. So you need to put it down in a business plan. How do you plan to bring this business into being? How do you plan to make it what you want to be? So your business plan will be like your guideline. I know some people advise to have a 5-year one, or say at least the first one here. So the second thing I would say is cash flow and budgeting. You need to write out how you plan to get your income and all the expenses. There are loads of software out there that will help you to have a nice cash flow and budget plan. Now the third one, and I think this is a very, very good, important factor as well. You need to think about the legal structure which you're planning to run your business in, because different structure have different tax implication, have different tax savings. So that's very important. You can decide to run through a sole trader, through a limited company, through partnership, different platforms. So you need to think about the one that suits you very, very importantly. Now this one is very important, record keeping. Now most people think the only time I need to start recording how much I'm spending on the business is when the business is started. There's actually an allowance that allows you to bring in expenses that you've spent before trading, 7 years before trading. So as soon as you've started thinking about starting this business, start recording every expenses. Because what I say to people or clients is, for every £1 that you've not recorded an expense, you're throwing 19 pence into the bin. And HMRC will not tell you. So I'm saying now, record keeping is very, very important. Take pictures, scan them, keep them digitally. There are loads of software that will help you as well with record keeping. And finally, This sounds very obvious, but ask for help. There are loads of free consultation out there. Speak to someone, go online. So many resources, because it's better not to make the mistake and make the mistake and then try to correct the mistake. So I think this will help someone that is trying to start out. But on this note, just do it. Thank you very much.
While in this uncertain climate, starting a business is tempting, don't underestimate the work. My experience was very much trial and error, and I do wish I'd had help. What I've learned is that if you have a firm foundation of business acumen, that is administration, record keeping, tax and finances, and an idea of branding, that's a great start. And as you grow, then you can bring in professional support. Passion, whilst essential, is not enough. You run all aspects of your job, at least while you start, until it takes off. It's been so beneficial for me to talk to the many experts for the segment, and I've already made some changes. Until next time, #how to start a new business.